there! This video contains extra scenarios of logical fallacies for you to practice with. Before we get started, let's do a super quick review of the 4 main principles of logical fallacies. First of all, remember that every kind of reasoning can look good on the surface and still suffer from flaws. Next, remember that no evidence speaks for itself. If you remember from the last video, anytime you make a ground-up argument using evidence, you have to make a leap of imagination to your inference. Third, remember that an argument that can't be disproven can still be pushed off course to make it an easier target. And finally, if redirection fails, somebody may still decide to derail the conversation entirely with things like personal attacks, gaslighting, or claiming hypocrisy to shove the entire conversation off course. Also remember the key questions. What has to be true in order for this to be right? How full is my evidence bucket? And how bright is my hypothesis searchlight? Okay, same rules as last time. The example will be up for 10 seconds. Feel free to stop the video or forward to the answers. Come on! No real Harry Potter fan likes the movies. This is my favorite logical fallacy. What has to be true here? There's no such thing as a real versus fake fan of anything. You can't give a purity test on this, so the entire basis of the argument's false. You shouldn't drink tap water. I heard somewhere that it's full of poison. Things that are reported without a source or from personal experience might be relevant, but they don't have a lot of weight. If this is all she's got in her bucket, it's not very heavy. Drinking coffee's so bad for my health, then why do you drink it too? Pointing out that a person doesn't take their own advice is not the same as proving that it's untrue or unreasonable. Truth doesn't care if you're a hypocrite or not. This is called a tu quoque fallacy, from the Latin phrase meaning you too. I am shocked that you would waste your time on this instead of caring about human trafficking. What has to be true here? Is it impossible to care about more than one thing at a time? This is a straw man, misrepresenting your opponent's argument. Of course this will stop my headache. He's a world-famous doctor. Here's a claim based on evidence, but is it evidence? Being an expert is nice, but it doesn't automatically make you right. Authority by itself is not proof of correctness. This is usually called an appeal to authority, and that authority could be in any domain like personal, political, religious, or even cultural. We're all making our own face coverings, so why aren't you? Yeah, this is classic bandwagon. Large numbers of people doing something is not great evidence that the action is actually right. You can't use these statistics on bank robberies. The author was a bank robber. Is this evidence actually evidence? Like appeal to authority, the genetic fallacy assumes that the source of an argument is proof of its quality. Just being evil doesn't make you wrong. We have proof that the Scripps National Spelling Bee is killing people through spider attacks. Stick to your 3 questions. What has to be true here? Is there really any chance that the spelling bee is getting people killed by spiders? This is false cause. Living in a democracy gives us freedom. But how does that make us free? By living in a democracy. If you follow the lines of this argument, well, there aren't any. The speaker supports her claim with her claim again. This is called circular reasoning, or tautology, or begging the question. Hey, if masks prevent the spread of disease, then mine does too. The assumption is that what's true for other masks is true for this mask too, and that's not necessarily the case. Oh yeah? Then prove that lizard people don't exist. If a person tells you to prove them wrong instead of proving their own argument right, then they're trying to switch the burden of proof. This is a classic attempt to derail any criticism of the argument. Vote no, or you will be on the wrong side of history. This is a pretty popular argument right now, but it's still a bandwagon fallacy even when the people pressuring you are supposed to be from the future. Either you're all in, or you're a backstabbing jerk. Are these really the only two options? Setting up a false dilemma ignores complexity to force a choice between only two, and that's not logical. Thanks for playing along. I'll see you in the next video where we talk about stasis theory.